Hi viewers, before we get into the investigation of this suspicious silver Apmex bar, I'd like to put some information out there for those who might be new to my channel or those who haven't watched our videos on our fake silver investigations, which my faithful assistant Igor and myself have been doing for 8 years now. There's a whole plethora of videos where we terminate fake silver in a light-hearted manner. Some have even been sent abroad to be shot with guns, and we've dipped them in acid, fired them from cannons, chopped them with a guillotine, a whole load. Anyway, you can find that playlist on my channel. Anyway, on to the suspicious bar that was sent to me from a subscriber in Sweden. It was very kindly donated. And one thing I would like to say is that I'm always suspicious of bars supplied in capsules. The reason being, as you can see, those three are all in sleeves. Bars, other than vintage bars, are the silver which has the lowest premium, really, because it's just a bar. And so I can never quite grasp why someone would put, you know, a low premium silver in an airtight. So I'm always very, very wary of a bar in an airtight. Anyway, let's take a closer look at this bar. This very, very shiny bar. So I'm going to have to be very careful not to do a face reveal. It's almost like a blessed mirror. Anyway, there's one side of it, the 1 troy ounce, and the other side, which says Apmex. Now it'll be interesting to see if Apmex do comment on this video, because I have had other mints like the Perth Mint comment on videos when I've done a video on fake Perth products. Anyway, first thing I noticed was it looked a little thick to me. Now obviously something like an Apmex bar, you won't be able to find the dimensions of a genuine one, I shouldn't think, unless someone's measured one and posted that info. So anyway, let's just give it a quick weigh first to see if it weighs correctly. It's a very shiny bar. 31.24, so it's a touch over a troy ounce. And well, let's just check one of these. Let's check this Texas Precious Metals and see what that one weighs. 31.24, so the weight is about right. But you probably can't see it on camera there. Doesn't really, but to the naked eye it just looks a bit thick. And I dug out a few bars to see if I could find one that had a similar size to it, but all of these bars that I dug out seem to be, you know, have more radius corners, so it's not an easy comparison. I mean, this Silvertown is just as shiny, mind you. Anyway, so not easy to do a comparison, but it does definitely look thicker. Especially, well, that one it's more obvious. Let's have a look at this one. Hopefully that will show up. So straight away the capsule raised my suspicions, the thickness raised my suspicions, so the weight is correct, so you could be fooled. So let's test it on this mahogany silver testing slide. And for those that don't know, I've been making these for about 8 years now. I've sent them all around the world. So let's see how that bar goes down the slide. It's got a slight resistance, but if we compare that to this Texas bar, as you can see, much slower. So I'm thinking that I'll tell you what I'm thinking, we could actually do a race. Let's do a race, because I've got 2 slides there. So let's put the Apmex on the left and that one on the right. Start them both equally at the top and go. You can see there's quite a difference. Quite a difference indeed. Anyway, now normally I would do an off-screen or sometimes on camera specific gravity test, but I'm not even going to bother, because I can guarantee this is fake. It's too thick, it's got the wrong reaction on the slide, and let us just try. I think it's got copper in it, so I'm suspecting it's brass. So let's compare the ping between the 2 bars. Definitely a very different ring to it, hasn't it, as you heard there. So because it's so shiny, I think we ought to dull it down a bit, don't you? And as Igor is not around right at this moment to say let's do it, I shall say for him, let's do it, let's dull it down. Well, I think an abrasive wheel should be good enough to take the shine off this mirror-like bar. Let's do it. Well, here we go. So for those who haven't seen this before, hopefully you can see, if I can get it to show up on camera without the face reveal, the coppery hue. You can see the copper coming through. Well, this is what they have to plate it with copper before they can plate it with silver, because the silver sticks to the copper plating. So any of these fakes you will find, although the surface might be silver plating, underneath there will always be copper plating. So I'm going to change wheels to something a little more aggressive, see if we can't get through that copper plating and see what the base metal is. Right, hopefully this one's going to be a bit more aggressive and get through that copper plating. It's a bit warm. Anyway, there we go. Hopefully this will show up on camera, but I will take it back in and do a roundup in a minute. You can see the goldy hue there through the copper plating. It is undoubtedly brass, plated with copper and then plated with silver to replicate an Apmex silver bar. Anyway, let's take it in and do an overview. See you in a second. So for the roundup, Igor has joined me. He's having some toast at the moment, but
under duress.
Under duress. What, eating the toast under duress, or
both? Yeah.
So Igor, I've shown you the bar, and the reflective bar, and there you can see, hopefully better than in the workshop on camera, the copper plating on top of the brass. Now, we've come across this many times before, haven't we, Igor?
Yeah, it's definitely a modus operandi of people who fake these bars and coins.
Yeah, yeah. So the brass, as we know, has a copper content because it's made with copper, which is why it has a slight reaction on the slide.
And why it almost pings right as well, unlike some other metals. It's got it's a little bit of different pitch, but it's got a resonance to it the same way silver does.
Yes.
If you weren't comparing it, if you were just looking for
a ping sound.
ring, yeah, you might fall for that.
But yeah, so we've come across this many times before, and also we've discussed about the thickness, and the reason obviously the bar is thicker is because silver has a different
Density is the word you're looking for.
not destiny.
Density. That's what I said. It's a denser metal. Stop pointing that thing at me. It's a denser metal.
So to get this bar the right weight, which it obviously was, they've had to make it thicker, or they could have made it larger, width, whatever.
But that's probably more noticeable.
But like you say, that would be more noticeable than the thickness. Which it's probably, I don't know, I don't even know if it's a millimetre thicker than those other bars. But like I say, it was difficult to compare because all these 3 bars that I dug out have radius corners, so it's not an easy comparison. But they are all definitely thinner than this fake Apmex bar. So anyway, do keep your eyes peeled for these. If you think you're buying, okay, Apmex are not going to sell you a fake bar. It'll be as on the secondary market. But, so it's like a name you trust. So that's why they're faking them, because Apmex is a name you trust. And really all that's left to say is thank you ever so much for the subscriber in Sweden who sent this in to me. I won't be sending it back because it's fake. But we did actually have a genuine one sent to us once, didn't we, Igor? Do you remember? That was a bar.
Very vaguely, yeah.
Yeah.
We've done a lot of these now. It's difficult to remember them.
It is difficult to remember, but I offered to send it back, and he said, no, please keep it for your trouble. So I did. It's probably one of these down here. No, it might be, I don't know, I can't remember. But anyway, so there you are, a brass fake. As many of them are, unlike the Morgan dollar that you saw me use earlier, that doesn't have brass, so which gives a slight reaction. The fake Morgan shoots down way faster. I don't know what that's made of. I don't think we've done a specific gravity test on that, but very fast. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and don't forget to check out the playlist or the video link at the end of this video, and catch you all on the next one.
Bye.
Bye.